Jump on it.
What?
Jump on it.
Where we at, y'all? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at?
Hongo, jump on it. Welcome to the Just Bake channel. This is the channel where we
do things and say stop.
Oh, yeah. Back at it with our documentary series that we do as we do when we do what we do. Chingy. I believe he said the Crip with much, and I didn't catch the bar after that. It was Ching-a-ling, the Crip with there was a bar after that.
There's
but
bars in there. There's lunatic bars.
Yeah.
I mean, he not lunatic, but you know, that's further. No, too deep. So, yes, Mr. Chingy.
Where are they now?
Where are they now? This is the Where Are They Now? I like these ones, guys. I ain't gonna front it.
They're pretty dope.
Because these guys had a stage, and when you're around these kind of people that consider one hits, and you kind of see it, and you sit and go, well, where's it gonna go from here? Because now it's like, how do you sustain that? And when they don't, and they fall off, a lot of times you don't get the backstory. So I like the fact that we got the backstory a little bit, at least from his perspective on this one. And you got to go with that because there's a lot of people named and mentioned that didn't really kind of get mentioned in here. That was my only kind of thing about this one. But,
what do you mean?
They weren't really asked certain questions, these people. Like, who's this guy, Shaka? He didn't get interviewed.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
There's a lot of people mentioned that didn't get a chance to have their words. So that's when you do these kind of docs like that, it becomes more, this is the Chingy show, which is about Chingy and his perspective of what happened with him. So, yeah, this was
You never know, though, too. Like, who knows if Shaka Zulu was like, I don't give a fuck about that dude. I'm not doing an interview. You know what I'm saying? There's levels.
He spoke highly of him. He kind of started him, but
it sounded like he was well respected by the man.
Yeah. So this was Chingy's era was 2003 or 4, something like that. That was a big time.
The 50 era.
Yeah, but that was a time for Nelly. Nelly had a strong arm.
Yeah.
That was Country Grammar came out.
Yeah.
That was hitting that whole down, baby.
Yeah.
Down.
And
that sound came
into
like it became niggas got stopped getting hard so much. It became 50 made the branch. I think for everybody to get happy and be a thug at the same time. Mm-hmm. He was like the olive branch of that shit. You know what I mean? We gotta have fun instead of say fuck it and be a thug at the same time. And Nelly, had that branch too. But yeah, Chingy came out around that time, and he was disturbing the peace.
That's who he came with. Yeah.
Right. If you know that. So I mean, going to the beginning of it, I don't know. He started off in the park on a bench.
We all know that line. You know what I'm saying? But no, yeah, St. Louis rapper, fresh on the scene. I think, to me, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but it was just perfect timing. I mean, sometimes when you're prepared, an opportunity occurs, luck happens, and I think that's what happened with him. With the whole Nelly getting on first, just kind of made it a little bit easier for him to
open the door.
Right. And it was a connected deal too, because he ended up, his first group he started out with, one of them were related to one of the St. Lunatics, right? Mm-hmm. That was like the whole premise of he had that goal, like you said, he had that golden opportunity to be able to open up for Nelly when they was buzzing. You know what I'm saying? It's correct. Picture who's hot right now. Correct. And you got a chance to open up for them. Come on, man.
But not only that,
but his product.
But also like not embedded, but have relations with somebody of the hot group that you opening for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you in good relations, man.
Right. Exactly. You're feeling good at that point. If you're in a group, being in the game, you're gonna feel good about that.
Yeah, you're feeling real good.
Like, oh yeah, we got the alley. So if you're feeling confident about your product and what you're giving, being in that position was beneficial for him. So, but they kind of wanted him, right? They wanted DTP, Ludacris's label. Chaka was the guy that's.
Well, I think it was he was before he was with Disturbing the Peace. He was with some local dudes, remember, and they had their group.
Yeah, so I'm talking about. Yeah.
And then, right.
Yeah, Nelly was the one that said, I want you, not him.
Right.
And he said, I'm not leaving my homeboy, but then he was talking about how.
That's why the question was why it didn't work out
Correct.
with Nelly.
Yeah.
Correct. He's like, it didn't work out because now it's like, oh, what? You can't jump to why he got the Disturbing the Peace. What happened with Nelly? My bad, people. So he turned it down because he didn't want to leave his boys behind.
Right. That was some real shit. I respected him for that. You know what I mean? Because to be real, at that time, you know what I mean? Not a lot of individuals would do some type of shit like that.
But at the same time, he's got to be like, his boys should have been the ones that been like, yo, run, get that. Like, and then
Like in that horrible Biggie
then-
movie where he's like, Big, you have a chance with this rap stuff. I'll get arrested. You go. That shit was so fucking corny. No, but I feel you. It would definitely be a situation where you'd be like, cool, yeah, you get on, you know,
right,
and like
you
let's
get on and,
start
and
this.
you're gonna show the love to us, so that like you know what I mean. You're gonna be the window to get in. That's
Yeah.
It's got to be that point of that's when the egos get too crazy.
Listen,
and it's like,
I
yo,
mean, look, man.
it's respectable, but
It
at the
is
same
what it
time,
is,
his
bro.
people's gonna be like, yo,
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got it, you got it.
right.
You know what I mean? And like you're here. You kept doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like in an aspect, you know, for the world, you know, in our little rap thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know. You know what I'm saying? When you got it, you got it. You know what I mean? And with him, that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? He was.
Now, mind you, he was young as hell too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
He said he was.
yeah.
Say he was like a late teen or early 20s. Well, he was young, 21.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a young man. You kind of, you know, I'm not saying you're a baby, but a young man to be out there in the game and trying to dive right in there.
Yep.
You know, he kind of got thrown in. But
think about it though. Nelly's saying to you, I don't mean to, you know, to be dwelling, but you got the hottest rapper in America saying to you, I want to sign you, I want to fuck with you, man. What up? The cojones, the goal of the guy to be like, nah, man, I'm running with these niggas.
right.
They got to come with me.
It takes a lot to turn down that.
These are
It's loyalty. No, it's a loyalty there. Now the fact is,
there you go.
I hope they was just as loyal. Is all I'm saying is like.
Now, was that reciprocated?
Eventually
That's
it
the
wasn't
question.
because the nigga eventually went solo. So he just eventually got to that point he didn't get to initially when the offer was on the table. Is what it kind of seems like. You know what I'm saying? Like it was there. He wanted to be true to his niggas, and he had to find out. They was like, oh,
They was bullshit,
turned down some shit.
but he found out that they didn't have it. They wasn't as serious like
right.
he wanted.
He
to
said
be.
he was right. He thought it
You
was
know what I mean?
serious. He tried to show loyalty, and they wasn't. So he went out and did his thing, and he took it serious. And that's when Shaka got involved. I forgot what was that under. What was the alley-oop? How it got to him?
Demo tape somewhere. Like there.
demo
I think it was one of the St. Lunatics niggas. I think
He was
like their managers knew. I think Shaka and threw him a tape.
He's like, yo, check out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Boom, he threw it. So he through the St. Lunatic, whatever, people's families slid him his way. So the Disturbing the Peace is Ludacris's label. If y'all know Luda from the South, the man, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with Luda.
Yeah, there's before movie Luda and there's after movie Luda.
Right.
There's
So he's like, you mean Chris from Fast and Furious?
and before he was making movies, Ludacris put out some dope ass music. And then after movies, he said, "I fill her up, balloons." And ooh, whoa.
I just think people
whoa,
just
whoa,
need to
whoa,
stick
whoa,
to their
whoa,
best
whoa.
thing, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He was a way better rapper. No disrespect, Luda. I love you though.
But he made hella money, movie money.
But
Yep.
he was
He made some
yeah.
fucking. I mean, he did some good roles, man. You know,
Yo,
he's a good
I just
actor.
think. You know what?
Because you love the music, and he made good music.
Yes.
He did.
He should've
Basic,
kept running
basic.
doing it.
yeah.
No, I hear you. He
Basic.
should have kept doing it.
Basic,
For real.
basically.
That
but-
Fast and the Furious money is different though, and
Yeah.
I think that's where it
you're
really
right.
comes.
You're right.
And it's
That's
kinda
why
like-
That's why. Yeah.
You
It's-
see Tyrese stop singing. It's like I don't need to. I got
Yeah,
this
it's like
fast
that's
money
like
coming right
yeah,
now.
yeah. You got you know, it's comparing
You
pineapples
know,
to grapes.
He
You
might
know
have
what I mean?
fucked up his money and started crying on IG, but whatever.
What more do you want?
Whatever Tyrese is doing now, you know, that kind of went over quickly, but whatever.
But yeah, you know,
yeah, so he got down with.
I saw more into Chingy than you know what I mean. In this,
It was
in
on the
this-
surface.
Right.
Yeah.
You saw deeper than you looked into
Yeah.
his soul.
No, well, come on.
You know a little bit more about him. You know, of course, but that's the thing too. We was talking about that before. We're from the era. That is that era of the mystique of kind of behind the scenes of we didn't really have access to artists like. So when you add like, you know, watching them underground fucking like, oh shit, was the shit to watch because that was our shit. The Smack DVDs or whatever, or like I remember the big one when the Wu was on the plane when they had they were like overseas and they took everybody on that
Yeah.
documentary.
Well,
Rhyme
no,
and Reason or
it was
some shit
the
like
show,
that.
the show, the
It was-
movie,
it
the
was-
show.
The show.
The movie, the show.
Right, that. So like shit like that is like we didn't have that all the time. So that access to who they are, you didn't really have.
Yeah.
So Chingy, when all we seen with him was that face of the chain. And,
Right, the limelight and the money.
Right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Right there
right,
was his big
right,
hit. If
right.
you heard about it, you probably know about it. I like
Right.
it when you do that right there, which they still play at weddings or mitzvahs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you do.
Graduations, parties for like, they're still playing that song. I've heard it in fucking grocery stores for crying out loud. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was his move was to get Go ahead, man.
What? What just happened?
The L came to me. I fucking lost my train of thought. Go ahead.
I have nothing to say about Chingy. What do you mean? Go ahead. I don't give a fuck about Chingy. I will say in silent protest, I did not pick out this documentary. This shit came across the table, and I was like, I don't give a fuck about Chingy. But as a soldier in this Just Bake Army, I watched it as well. But speaking to bring Tyrese back into it, he got Tyrese on a track. Who gives a fuck?
The fuck just happened?
You can't alley that shit to me.
I tried alley to somebody because I got fucking fucked up. And I got real quiet real quick. And I said,
holy shit.
It's you, Pasty, you're fucking up.
I love it.
You're fucking up. Get in there.
Man.
You threw that shit to me like I had a diatribe about Chingy. Like I've been waiting to just be like,
I know. When we talk about the documentary, that's all.
Yes,
we're just talking about the doc.
yes.
I don't have a secret love for Chingy.
Yes,
all right.
yes.
I thought it was interesting to hear the one story, guys. If I brought you guys to sleep on this one,
shit.
I've been known. If you don't know, you go back and watch the alien one I presented in one of our Doc with Fat Cat series. Well, I've been known to put out some things.
Shit.
You're lucky you missed out on Ness's battle last week.
Oh, shit. Shit.
But yeah, Chingy had a hit called Right There. And it didn't work out so well with him and Ludacris. And they had a fallout, but then they got back together.
But this is Chingy fucked up by, he was like, one of the things that was crazy to me is how just dumb he came across, where he's like, yeah, my lawyer told me that they were screwing me, but he didn't tell me like what was happening.
Right.
And then so then like we went to them, and then
Young,
later,
but it's like you're 22, you weren't really.
but and also he didn't ask for any like proof or information or anything like
Right.
that.
Let me see the
And
paperwork.
they went to have a sit down, and it didn't work out. And yeah, it was an interesting like.
I feel like he got raped in this game, and it's just he's a victim right now, and he's talking like.
Listen, everybody in the
listen,
rap game got
they
raped
did me
that
really
time.
bad, and I don't really know how. This is my first time talking about it, and I'm a different man now. He went into it forced him into a whole nother way of life. The nigga started becoming like a shell, right?
He went into his inner self. And
He
yeah.
became a shell, and he became inside and learned his insides.
He did the Christian rap thing for one album, and it seemed like
MC
that
Hammer
did go
tried
crazy.
that. You
Yep.
know, MC Hammer.
But he had a dope song with Pray. You got to pray. Pray.
He felt like it was very past the
We
rap.
got to pray just to make it today. We got to pray. That shit was dope.
Maybe we should have done Doc on that.
Right? No, but one of the weird things too, where it was so much like say nowadays, like when you go to buy a car, you still know the same thing is happening. Is like you're trying to get it, they're trying to fuck you.
Yeah.
It's so fucking annoying.
Yes.
But
They're not your friends. They're here to make money off
and
you.
it's so weird how like that was the music business for so long. Is just regardless. Yeah, I get like him and Ludacris weren't like friends growing up, and I'm not even saying that it was Ludacris. It was the record label DDP, but it's like. They hit you with a horrible fucking contract that like you're young, you didn't know, so you signed it, and it's just a shame. Like that's the
Shit happened to
predatory.
George Clinton, man.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's the phase. That's the phase you go through, man. That's the phase, man.
You can't trust these niggas.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
And the thing, and the thing is to just automatically believe this motherfucker. You know he's not an entertainment lawyer. You just think he's a lawyer. So, off rip, this motherfucker said, "Yeah, they stealing from you," and you just be like, "Oh, all right, yo, y'all stealing from me."
I think it was a case of he was probably feeling himself at the time because he was out, he was popping, he had, like you said,
But
he
then
had.
the DJ came out and made the beef happen.
Yep,
I mean,
but
that
he
was-
had
yeah, the
there.
one with the
He had
mixtape. Yeah.
one call away with
call
Rudy
away.
from fucking Cosby Show.
Yes, I remember.
Stick something in the rum like Bill Gunn. And
Ouch.
Yeah, nah, she came out her adultness. That was the first time seeing Lil Rudy all grown up with a body and shit. Like, she was in a bikini.
Keisha Knight Pullum, I believe, is her real name. But yeah, she came out and she had the lingerie on, and everyone was like,
"Man, Rudy turned out
I
bad
remember
as
Rudy.
fuck."
Rudy,
you was cute as Rudy, but like you fine as hell now as an adult. He's like, I don't see Rudy no more.
True.
But yeah, he had that, and the hotel one was another big one. He redid that one at the hotel.
So he was saying out of all 3 of his albums, his 4th album was the only album not to make the top 10 list or whatever.
I don't remember even them albums. All I remember is those songs from the albums. I don't remember like how many joints he had on. I never bought a Chingy album. Just to put that out there, guys.
Yeah, I did not either.
You know what was one of the crazy... I regretted buying. I didn't buy his though.
You know what was one of the crazy things too when he was talking about because of how albums used to sell and what people really used to do out there. When he was talking about how, my second album, like we put out one single and like, man, it didn't do it. Like, it went platinum, but it did. And you're like, that's not a throwaway sentence.
Right.
The words "it went platinum" is not a throwaway sentence. But back then it was if you went gold, it was considered, you did all right.
Right.
You sold 500,000 copies and you did all right. That's crazy how just the environment used to be back then because there was no downloading, there was no streaming. It was really before
it sells.
Right. Yeah, it was you sell or you steal the CD or you get a bootleg downtown.
Right. Before the bootlegs happened, like niggas is like going fucking platinum and diamond. Like it was a thing. Like people waited in line for albums, man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Have you ever waited in line for an album?
Come on, man. You kidding me?
I'm asking. What's your fondest memory?
Well,
I don't remember.
Well, not waiting, not specifically waiting on a line, but
for an album, right?
But there's been time. But I had the experience and the luxury to go to a record store or a mom and pop record store, get the album, and boom, CD or tape, whatever.
Oh yeah, I know that experience. I'm talking about like. There was
I never had to.
Like I said, the question at hand was waiting in a line.
No.
A line around the block to buy an album. Like, that shit was a real thing.
Yeah.
That existed, yes.
Right, because there was only so many that was there, and you had
Michael Jackson was one of those people.
There was a lot of people. That was just the era. If, like, you was hot like that, man, people were going to wait to buy your shit. It was that.
Elvis, the Beatles, all those type of motherfuckers.
It's the era. Now you can get streams. It comes to you. It's all about your streaming numbers.
I call this the lazy era.
Yeah. It used to be a big thing where they would do it's going on sale at midnight and people would line up that night before and do all the shit at midnight. And it was, it used to be a big thing. I personally never was that excited about any CD but I've definitely gotten CDs the day of, you know what I mean? We're like, shit, it's out today.
I've done.
About getting them. I never really got in line.
I've done that for video games.
Okay. Yeah.
Like a video game won't come out, they let it release it a day early at 12 o'clock midnight. And I'm at the store waiting for it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't think I've never done sneakers. I was just like, man, I just ain't getting that line.
Sneakers, not for no sneakers.
Sneakerheads do that too. To get in line out there, it's like, yo, I'm out here camping.
So we staying with the Chingy shit?
I mean, what else you got? You got something else in store. What you want to talk about, nigga? I hit record. You got. We still talking about the same shit. So Chingy is a nigga that nobody likes. I don't love the nigga. I thought it was an interesting story, but the hate is real. No, but
it's not like that.
This was a interesting story to see what happened to the nigga. So he came, he saw, he conquered. Was a one-hit monster, and that's pretty much.
He was probably like a 4-hit. Yeah, he was probably like a 4-hit because he had.
I can't say one hit. My bad.
He had right there. He had every time I come again, someone gonna bringing me back. He had that shit. He had
the hotel.
I'm only one call away.
Yeah.
He had Hotel and what song? He had a song with Snoop and Luda. Jackpot or something like
Jackpot.
that.
Jackpot.
No, man, he was.
He had a little small run.
It is interesting when people have a run like that and then you just never hear about him.
It was like, yo, that nigga just walked into a desert and nobody ever heard of him again.
Yep.
He's like, yo, the water's over. Where you going? Chingy!
Yeah.
He didn't really explain his name though. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just.
Did he? I think he did.
He said, yo, you get that money, Chingy. No, I don't think he said none of that shit. No.
No?
I just said a corny ass joke just to try to sell that. I didn't.
No,
yeah, no, he didn't say it.
No, I think you're right. Yeah.
But also he when he didn't sign with Nelly, maybe perhaps Nelly felt however he felt about that. But then there was a DJ when it was funny too because Chingy was. He was like, nah, he was trying to be a DJ. He wasn't really a DJ. And then he put together a mixtape because it's funny how popular and how strong mixtapes were back in the day. This DJ set up a mixtape to where it was kind of Chingy versus Nelly on the mixtape.
You've seen these, which is now what the verses are now. It's like that was what they used to do. That was done back in the day. Niggas just brought it back.
But even now, there's people who, because people are dumb, and it's fine. You know, individuals are smart. People as a whole are dumb. There's people that still think those are like a competition beef thing, and like the Snowman versus Gucci Man, like that was a, you know, I don't know why the fuck they were in the same room. That was ridiculous.
I didn't see that one.
Jeezy and Gucci.
Yeah, like Gucci Man's performing diss songs about his dead homies that are really, really dead, fucking 4 feet away from him.
No, but the thing was about that was that the shit about that is
they have beef in this.
No, the shit behind the Jeezy and Gucci shit was. Jeezy's people, one of the nigga that got killed, like the reason he got killed was they was trying to rob Jeezy. I mean, they was trying to rob Gucci.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And upon the robbery, they got killed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in Gucci eyes, he's like, nigga, this ain't nothing coming from nowhere. Y'all niggas try to rob me. He just fucked up and got bodied for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was that. You know what I mean?
It
is a toxic thing.
And it's a thing of why the fuck are you two in the same room right now?
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Who set up this versus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That was the crazy shit.
You know who did? Chingy.
Yeah. But that's how back in the day people were people didn't know, like if you saw a mixtape, oh my god, they're going against each other, the shit is real, and so people started to believe it. So then it got, you know what, he left off a cliff that he didn't explain. He's like, one of the gentlemen from the St. Lunatics called me and said, yo, I'm gonna blow your fucking head off. So then we went, and I'm like, yo, how did we just gloss over, you know, homeboy called you and said he's gonna blow your fucking head off. And literally, like, that was the last time that they had spoke about that incident. Like, he didn't clarify that incident. He didn't say we're cool again. There was no, he's like, yeah, no. So he had called me and said he's gonna blow my head off. So then I was like, maybe we have a problem.
Snitch on a nigga and then I explain myself.
It was one of those, like, he didn't even explain, like, maybe why he said that to you, any of that stuff. It just, that shit was fucking weird.
Then, then I went and took a shit and then, called my mother. Like, nigga, you gonna go past the part where you said somebody's about to kill you? Nigga? Yeah. We just forget about that real quick?
Right.
Like, what happened?
Exactly.
What was going on?
So then they were saying that the beef got real for a minute because Chingy was shooting a video in his hood, and somebody that was friends with the St. Lunatics came there with a dirty ENT chain. And what they were saying was, first he said, tuck it in politely. You know what I mean? Just respect, like, hey, man.
There's beef going on right now.
Exactly.
Right, you disrespecting on his set. Yeah. We know this shit is heavy in the streets, so now you disrespecting.
And then I guess he went chest out, Bird Gang, and got that shit yapped.
Got it yapped and smacked, and the nigga said he ain't really cares, supposedly.
That was also...
He said he called him up. He's like, yeah,
that was a weird one too. So then he called,
like the guy just didn't care about getting.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, he robbed my chain." Okay, well, all right. I guess he shouldn't have been there. So
so fuck it,
fair play.
Nothing. He didn't say.
He was asking for it though. It's like, yo, he put himself in that position. Well, he was saying
my thing,
nigga. He put himself there. What?
My thing is, all right. After that, like he didn't say the guy was like, all right, so where's the chain? All right, you got it. Let me get my chain. Shit. None of that.
No, hood rules. The hood owns it now.
Yeah, right.
Just, no, but Chingy,
I got it.
I think he did say he's like they stole it and sold it. I think he had mentioned that he sold it, but
okay.
But I mean, still, it's not a hard path to follow. Of like, I sold it to him, so now he's got it.
Right.
But if he's not trying to get it back. Whatever.
Now, do you think he rented out that space for this location, or that nigga ain't living like that, right? It was a nice penthouse or some shit he was in.
Nah, somewhere nice in St. Louis. It looked like because you see.
You got to remember too.
He got some money. I mean, I'm not saying the man went flat broke. I don't know what he invested his money. He didn't really get into any of that.
You got to remember too. We live in the Northeast where our money does not go far at all. Anybody living down south, that money travels, bro.
West, Southwest, all that shit. Yeah.
If you spend $100,000, you can get like a 3 fucking bedroom house down south. You know what I mean? $100,000 here gets you a condo. It's a big difference. Yeah, it's a big difference.
I'm not. I guess did I secretly just say the nigga was broke? I didn't know. I can't assume the nigga's broke. I'm just saying, like, is he still getting that? You know what I mean? That right third money?
He's probably still.
I'm saying this shit's getting played in weddings and shit. So I'm assuming he probably is. Like,
he's also doing his own
stream something.
Getting, he was also promoting the new shit, some new.
Well, you got to remember too. Like, say
ain't buying them like that
there's
now,
so
I
much
think.
there's so much that goes on underneath the view of the mainstream look. Like Onyx still does like 200 shows a year. Onyx is still doing fine for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like,
got that, but they have that like cult following. You know what I'm saying? Like the Wu has that kind of cult following. Like them guys can always eat off their like. Is there a Chingy cult following?
I don't think perhaps like that, but
You know
I
what I mean?
guarantee you somewhere.
in the St. Lunatics and like Nelly say, yo,
That's
we
a good
want
question.
that era, that sound.
Well, you got to remember, he had said in the documentary, he's like, no, but now,
still does
me and Nelly are cool, man. We just did 3 shows together.
Right.
That's
Shit we don't
money.
even know. Like, the niggas
Believe
is
me,
still
like,
doing
Chingy's
shows.
not
I
getting
know.
fucking $2,000. Like, I'm sure
But
he's still getting money
enough
for shows.
right.
Yeah.
He's getting
man.
enough to, like, I'm going to still live off, like, what I right there. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yep.
like you said, kids, no matter what age, they're still hearing that.
You
they know it from their cartoons and shit. That was in Wales. You know what I mean?
you seen how he was acapella in it at the end.
He still got it.
That was his verse from the fucking song.
You see, like I don't know what meaning that was, but
Yeah, that was really weird where they're like, yo, just get in like a solo cipher environment and bust that right there.
Right. Bust that right there verse.
I was like, wow.
And, kind of look like an uncle a little bit. Uncle with them bars. Nigga, get out there. Yo, listen.
Yeah.
Uncle Chingy in the building.
So then he re-signed to Ludacris for no fucking reason, and he regrets that.
Right.
So that was cool.
It's like, I wish I never did. You had bad. If it fell out the first time, you probably shouldn't have went back. I don't know.
Exactly.
There's always going to be a hidden, like, yeah, we cool, because as long as we can make money off of you.
I hope the microphones are picking up that someone is building a house directly outside the window. That I don't know what's going on.
This is the great one here. You want to go talk to him?
yeah, I mean,
Someone's landing a plane in my backyard right now.
they're building a landing strip next door.
Mind you, there's nowhere near an airport right now. Not for a couple miles.
What?
But it's all right. You know what I mean? Things are happening. So
all
we do
'cause of
things.
Chingy,
We
man.
say stuff. And here, we love Chingy. We hate the nigga. But this documentary was his, what happened to him. He didn't say he was broke. He's still doing music. He's still doing shows. Him and Nelly are still rocking out. And, yeah, that's good for him.
Yeah, man, it's a nice to touch the sky at one point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was on top of the world for a second. He
Yeah,
got his,
yeah, he
more than
was.
15
So-
minutes, man. He to put out, especially in that environment, to put out like 4 albums. That's big, man.
Yeah.
It was,
In those
because there
times,
were
yeah.
real one-hit
Yeah.
wonders. And, that was a shot at him. He wasn't a one-hit wonder. He had a couple joints. He had a little run. And, when he fell off, that part he probably didn't want to put on camera is the shit he really feel. You know what I'm saying? There's probably some shit like, you know what?
Oh, he was a laughing motherfucker. You could tell he was when he got uncomfortable and everything. He laughed after every fucking sentence. He's like, nah, but we're cool now. Ha ha. Yeah, he called. He said he was gonna blow my fucking head off. Ah, no, it's all good. He was that like how you've never heard Ja
I hear
Rule.
about this show.
You've never heard Ja Rule say a sentence without laughing after it. Like Ja Rule has the worst fake laugh in the world. I hate that shit.
Ja Rule.
But no, it was that thing where you could tell I think Chingy's kind of at peace with what happened, and man, I'm sure he's doing okay for himself.
Right.
And,
But like I'm saying, that stuff he don't want to say. Like, no, I mean, I hated all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, he did say he didn't want. He didn't like the game anymore. They go through that. You run into a bunch of shit and a bunch of phonies and people around you for whatever. Like you said, he's on top, and so everybody's around him because he's on top.
Yep.
And then you just realize that love is fake. That's why I said,
Oh, but I'll give him credit. I give him credit for giving credit to the girl that came up with the right third dance. That he didn't. He said he wasn't like, no, I made that. He was like, no, man, there was these 2 girls in the club. We got them in the video, so
That was they
that was
shit.
cool that he put them on
gave-
like
they
that.
gave- Game stage.
You know what else I didn't know about the guy? About the transvestite accusations.
I remember like peripherally hearing about
Yeah,
them,
that
but
was
never
a-
diving in too
yeah.
deep.
That was the whole thing, and then she came back and ended up being a lie. So shit is out there, man.
Well, what was the lie?
That even happened. He took a picture with her. That's all he did was take a picture with her.
Exactly,
She made up
that-
everything. She came out and admitted she made up everything.
Okay, but she was still transgender.
I don't even know. Maybe.
I don't know.
That was the girl. I think that was the
that
girl.
was
That
her.
like I don't know. Was that the transgender girl?
Yeah, because
to tell.
she did Vlad TV interviews, and the thing that it was an open and shut case, but the damage is still there. You know what I mean? Because now
He felt like the ripple from that.
Well, he's
was
saying
big.
he lost album deals and shit.
everybody sees the headline, nobody sees the retraction. That's how all news works nowadays,
Yeah,
and everything
yeah,
like that. To
yeah.
where it's Chingy got caught with a transvestite. Everybody hears that, but how many people hear No, Yoshi said it wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference between those two.
Like she said, no, we like this one better. It's more publicity, more media. But it's crazy because like if he would have dropped right now with that, you'd have been fine, bro.
Absolutely.
What? They were like, well, you better leave him alone. So what if it was? Or whatever they decide. You know what I'm saying? It's different now. You know what I mean? But it's funny how he got a lot of shit. And I'm saying, you think about it, how he got a lot of shit back there because of that. Mm-hmm. When now it's like, you know, it's like, oh, wow. So you see where the game was and where it kind of changed where, you know, if that wouldn't be an angle. Like, oh, he's not with a tranny. And then he gets, you know what I mean, put on like, oh, we can't do business with you now.
And it's tough to be in that position of
nowadays. No,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Nowadays, you would get shamed for
putting that up on him. Like that lady would have got blasted for coming out with that. You know what I'm saying?
I think all three of us have said the word tranny, and that's probably not. You probably can't even say that anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just.
We apologize if we're offending anybody out there.
Listen, the rules change quicker than we can keep up with them, so it's no disrespect meant to anything, but.
Comment down below.
She the other thing too is she leveled up because she just saw it as a business plan, really.
Right.
But no, it is crazy that just taking a picture with someone and then all you can say is no, that didn't happen. But people already heard it. And
she had a whole like elaborate. People are fucking great storytellers, man. She had a whole. I known him for 2 years.
That's the sickening. That's the sickening.
Mm-hmm. It's like, yo, she did that for her 2 minutes of fame.
That's the sickening.
You know, oh, we'll pay you that. We'll pay you for your story.
The conjuring up of the story. Yeah. That's the sickness in the brain,
Entertainment Tonight's type people. You know, back then it's like, hey, come sit down. We'll throw you, a couple $1,000. You know, cool.
and there's also even more sicker people. You're right, paying for the shit.
Yeah, we got
to expose the shit.
Come on, anybody that had information about R. Kelly was immediately paid.
Oh my!
Come on, too, nigga. You got what?
Yeah,
we got info. We gonna hear this story. You don't think everybody in that documentary didn't get a little love?
And I'm telling you, man, I'm sure she had a come up off of it. I'm sure that she was in the clubs doing whatever, getting paid to host nights and stuff like that. So. Man, it's a weird thing, but it's just like the NBA players, man. They have a line of girls that are just like, you better take that condom with you because she's gonna dive in the garbage can, open that condom up, and squirt it in her. Yep. Because I'm telling you, they go to trap whoever they can. Yep.
And women
it's an industry
like that.
So watch this documentary and let Chingy be a lesson to you that you can get raped in the game, and you can get people that falsely accuse you of things, but it doesn't define him. He's found himself inner peace, and he's out here still doing things.
Yeah,
still doing things.
And I'm sure we'll react to a couple of Chingy videos on our channel. If they aren't allowed on our channel, then we'll put them up on the Patreon.
You guys sure you want to watch the Chingy video? Yeah, you can see Rudy all grown up. We'll watch that one.
Yeah, he's stupid.
So thank y'all for watching, man. Here on the Just Bake channel, here where we like to
do things and say stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
Just right!